Good morning. Happy April 1st to those of you that are watching this video on the day that it's published. This is Mrs. Z. I'm just really checking in today to show you a couple things um, and just kind of give you some information. There's not a lot to do if you have already done some of the research and you sent me the topic. So I just want to say, first of all, really nice job. You guys have been emailing very nicely and with great email etiquette if you have any questions about the project. Um, you guys have been actually turning stuff in, and the project type, your topics look great. I think there's been kind of a wide range, and I think they all sound interesting. I've had a couple questions that I thought I would try and answer today, and then also wanted you to know, and I'll put it on this updates page. So um, I will link it tomorrow from 10 to 11. I'm just going to have a Google Hangout, so it will be I'll be up and live on Google from 10 to 11. So if you are interested or if you have a question or you want to ask face to face, you can log in anytime from 10 to 11 for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes, for 20 minutes. Ask whatever questions you have, and I can answer those kind of live as we're going. And if you can't, feel free. There are a lot of different ways to email or get hold of me. You can always post. So I have your class up. You can kind of see this. I have it up to look at. This is Ben's page. So this is what he sees. If you have a question or a comment, you can always, so I put on here, hey, quick update, here's the multimedia project stuff. You can always comment. So click on it and just say, Mrs. Zabrowski, I have a question about this. Now, the whole group will see it. So know that, but I can answer a question that way. You can always email me at school. A lot of you have done that. That's a good way to do it. So feel free to kind of contact me through Schoology if you need to. But tomorrow in the updates section, I will post the link for the Google Hangout. If you feel good about it and you're trucking along with your topic and you have no questions, you do not have to check in. It's not an attendance thing, anything like that. It's just a way for me to kind of be here and answer some questions in person for people that prefer that. So, and if you want to just drop in and say hello, that's fine too. So that will be tomorrow. Here's kind of, you guys have turned in, a lot of you are turning in your topic submit form, which is great. I can see your topic, what you're thinking about it. There have been some questions that I just want to hit on today about your book. Yes, you are going to be reading some sort of book literary component for this project. I'm giving it to you now because you have until the end of this project to kind of finish it. So I want to give you time to find it. Because it's kind of all wacky right now, I don't care if it's an ebook, I don't care if it's Audible, if it's a book that you have at home. It is a little different where if we were at school, I could get one in your hands and say, I know you haven't read this, try this. If you are struggling to find a book, contact me. I've had a couple kids that have done that. I have an Audible account. We have some free books on Audible through school. I have access to a couple of online things that we could choose. Or if you're just confused about how your topic fits in with your book, I can do that too. I had a question from a student saying, how does the book tie in? Well, basically, let's say your topic is, like mine was the Salem witch trials. I chose the Crucible because it talks about and is set during that time. But if you wanted to do, like Micah, I'm going to use you as an example. He's doing Greek mythology. So he can use any of the Rick Warden books because they take that information and they're based on that. If you wanted to do something about homelessness, if you found a story of someone that was homeless or knew someone or things like that, you can tie it in pretty loosely. So there are a lot of options. I don't want you to start to stress out about what the book is. I just wanted you to start thinking about it so that you have time to get it done. So if you really have a face-to-face question about it too and you'd prefer not to email, tomorrow from 10 to 11, you can hop on and ask those questions. And I'll link that in this update section. The other thing, research article number 1, you guys have been turning that in a little more slowly than my regular kids because it's not due this week. We're doing 2 different things. So if you want to start researching your topic, you're ready, you have a topic, and you want to look at your first research article, you can click over here on Mondays, and it has the link for the research article. And then you're going to do a second article next week too. And I'm doing that through Schoology. So we're trying both Google and then Schoology. I'm going to see which works best for you guys. But this is the first article here. This is where you'll link your second article. And those are just both over here on the upcoming. They are also going to be in your materials section. So if you look under multimedia for enriched, it'll have research article number 1. And then if you just look under here, the Schoology has the square puzzle piece. That's research article number 2. So they're both the same thing. They're just different ways to submit because we're kind of trying to figure out what works best for this class. While you're doing the research article, I'm asking you to answer some questions there, but the research article is actually going to go in your presentation as well. And so on Monday, I'm going to walk you through and send out a blank Google presentation, the slide presentation, where you can start to add stuff. So we're going to kind of do two things with it. So make sure you keep your notes, keep the information about the article even after you've submitted it to me. So I just really want to check in and say you guys are doing a great job. Your topics look really good. I'm excited to see what you do with them. And then just to let you know that you can kind of face-to-face chat with me tomorrow if you need to. Here's where your research article number 1, research article number 2, both due next week. Really all that's due this week is your topic submission form and have an idea of what book you're going to use. All right? Have a great April 1st, and we will chat tomorrow. Thanks.